Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to Let's Try Kingdom New Lands. Kingdom is a game that came out last year. If you were to try to check off some boxes on the list to try to describe this, you'd call it some sort of procedurally driven survival base building roguelike. It's none of those things. It's technically those things, but it's none of those things. What it is, it's a beautifully drawn and animated game about a king who's trying to simply rebuild a kingdom. You can tell he's a king because he's got a crown. There's not a whole lot of story that happens here. You've got not a whole lot of story that's exposited to you. You've got simple controls. You can move left, you can move right. We'll also learn about down key in a moment, and also double tap to gallop, or if you're on a keyboard, you can hold shift to run that way. We've got this lovely stonework about a kingdom, which then collapses. It's very, very foreboding. And that's that. The game is really simple to play, but it is actually tricky to win. In fact, you're going to find yourself having to restart quite a few times in the beginning just because you've made maybe, some incorrect decisions and find yourself a little bit stuck or overrun by the mysterious dangers that might be out there in the forest. We've got some coins we can pick up here. Coins are the only resource in the game. If you hunt, if you farm, these will all result in coins. If you are in front of an object that's got that little hollow circle in front of it, it means you can hold down, spend a coin to do a thing. You can also tap down to throw a coin, which, if there are any beggars around here, you can use them to recruit people to your cause. Again, coin are the only resources, so I guess we gave them some clothes and some food, and now they're willing to do things for us. I can spend 2 coins to build a bow, and then one of my villagers will equip that bow and begin hunting rabbits. And you can see when he kills the rabbit, there we go, we'll get a coin. I can pick it up myself. If I'm not nearby, my villagers will pick up the coins by themselves, and if I walk near them later on, they will give me the coins. Very, very handy. We're going to buy a hammer here for our second villager. He's going to go and equip that. Now he's a builder. And if I spend a coin here, I can instruct the builder to come over and build me a wall. And then I get the final step of the tutorial. Build, expand, defend. That's it. That's the entirety of the hints that we are provided. So I'm going to go ahead and start with a little bit of exploration perhaps over here. Because I've got 2 people, they're busy. I mean, I can tell them to build some more walls, I suppose. You can see here, I can also get my builder to come over and cut down some trees. I spend a gold each. It marks them to be cut. When the tree gets cut down, it will give me back 1 to 2 gold coins as well. So it pays for itself. Sometimes you turn a bit of a profit. But the biggest thing with the tree cutting is that it clears some territory. These earth mounds and these stones will become very important later on. So there you go. You can see the builder actually picked up the coins for me, and as I came nearby, he just flung them towards me because I'm the king. Therefore, I have all the coins. But it's nice that you don't have to micro that. Okay, so we got that. I'm going to go ahead and head west. Pay attention to these little rivers. That's going to be really important later on. When we get into the woods, they're darker, so I do have to light a torch. That's that kingdom thing. So we're going to see where we came from. There's only 2 directions to explore, and we could have gone right, we could have gone left, but that's about it. Now, if I do run like this, eventually my horse will get a little bit tired, and he'll start huffing and puffing. I kind of want to avoid doing that, especially going into the wilderness like this. Ooh, a chest. That's going to be quite nice. We'll just stand in front of that. It'll open and drop a lot of coins. That's going to be really important to get us started early on in the game. We're going to keep heading west over here. So things are opening up a bit. Now, in your starting land, there are 2 possibilities. One side will bring you to a shore. The other side will bring you to something considerably more dangerous. We're going to see which side is here to the left. It is a bit random. This is a shrine to an archer. We're going to see what that does a little bit later on, perhaps. And I don't know if this is a great game to let's play. I think it might be fun to stream, but it's such a slow sort of pace that I'm worried. I was always worried that there might be a little bit of dead air. I actually didn't really get around to playing the original Kingdom game. So again, this is a New Lands expansion, which adds many things. Here we've got a beggar camp. We're going to go ahead and give them some coin. They're going to make their way over to my town. What does New Lands add? Well, the description is extremely vague for it. Because, again, there's supposed to be this real theme of discovery and exploration. They don't want to tell you what's going on. I'm really worried here. We are nighttime, which means I could find myself in a whole lot of trouble. However, I think... Okay, So in this map, west leads to the shore. That's great, because that actually means expansion to the west is extremely safe. Expansion to the east, however, is going to be considerably more dangerous. But in the starting land, it means I don't have to worry about anything coming from this side, which is good. We have to go quite far to find one of these beggar camps, which is unfortunate. My horse is huffing and puffing. If I tried to make him run now, he would rear, complain. If we do find a spot that is open, not forested like this, but open, and it's got some green grass, we can let your horse You can let your horse graze for a little while, which was refill his stamina faster and actually raise it beyond the normal maximum as well. So these are the 2 people that we've recruited. We're going to let them be for now. And 2. Start of day 2. Oh, here's some open field over here so I can let my horse graze. That's wonderful. Num num num. Delicious grass. And we're just going to head east. We're going to go back to our home. We've got a lot of coins to spend, which is great. We've got some new villagers that are coming as well, so we can prepare and give them some equipment relatively soon. We've got deer here who will run away from us. And your archers will hunt that. But you yourself cannot fight. All you can do is move left and right. That is it. It's up to your townspeople to work for you. I mean, you're the king. I think I will go ahead and instruct my people to cut down these extra trees over here. I think that's going to be perfectly fine. But with the rest of the gold, I will concern myself with defenses for my little town to the east. There's my builder who's going to go and chop that stuff down. We do know we've got a couple more people coming. So I'm going to get one more hammer over here. And one more bow as well. And we've got a merchant over here who's going to give us some coins for some trade. And we can give him a coin there as well. He'll go off and do some sort of trading. So I'm letting you know we will get attacked to the east at some point. And a good way to defend that is these earthen mounds. You can go and build walls on these things. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to raise up a wall over here. And the other thing you can do with these stones, you can build archer towers over here. And I'm going to go ahead and do one as a demonstration. But the archer towers are a little bit of a trap. And I'll explain why that is a little bit later. There's a few things like that you can find yourself getting into some trouble. I'm going to spend as much gold as possible to max out my bows. So I've got 4 bows waiting here. And I'm going to keep heading east. And I'm hoping to find... Oh, well, that's very close. Very handy. Another camp of beggars over here who I can recruit. Come on, there's your coin. Excellent. These will keep spawning more beggars as the game goes on, so you can keep hiring more and more people. But it's important to note, if you expand by, say, cutting down these trees, that one, and especially if you get this far and cut down that tree, this beggar camp will go away. Therefore, you will not be able to recruit more people from there. So, same thing here, if you expand so far. This is where the merchant lives. He's going to be crafting some stuff for us. If you expand too far, his house will go away and you'll no longer have a merchant. So I'm going to keep going east because I'm hoping to find some chests. Okay, another beggar camp over here. I'll recruit all these people. Early on in the game, gold is a little hard to come by, but once you hit the mid-game, assuming you've sort of learned how to build a bit of an economy, you will have plenty of gold, and in fact, your biggest problem will be population. This is a very, very important shrine. We're going to come back to this a little bit later. I'm just trying to see if there's... Okay, we're going to run away from those guys! And we'll definitely see what they do a little bit more. So, at the other end of the map, there is some sort of portal. And strange creatures come out of there at night. And especially if you go too close as well. And they will attack you. In fact, if they reach these people over here, if your people have equipment and they get hit by the monsters, they will lose their equipment and revert to a regular villager. If... Oh, I can't run. Oh, this is going to be very dangerous. Extremely dangerous, actually. I overcommitted. I'm going to lose some gold. And if I completely run out of gold, okay, good, my people are here and there's a wall. So I've lost some gold coins, and those villagers went away. So again, normally what will happen, I got lots of gold though for my hunters, so thank goodness for that. Right, so normally if they get hit, they lose their equipment, they revert to a regular villager. If they get hit a second time, they can revert to beggar status, and then you have to go and recruit them once again. So it's really bad when your people get attacked. It's especially bad when you get attacked. So I was overcommitting a little bit there. You don't want to venture out at night in a direction of a portal. It's very, very, very dangerous. So I do have a lot of money right now, which is great. We've got a few extra villagers coming. Again, I will want to get them some extra swords, but I also want to go and level up my camp a little bit more. Oh, and it's a new day, so the trader... At the start of the day is when the trader drops you the goods, and then we'll send them back right away to hopefully get some more relatively soon. And we've got one hunter here. He's probably got a bunch of money for me. Really? Nothing? Oh, I'm a little bit disappointed. Now, I think... The flag is random every time, too. And you can be a king or you can be a queen, and there's a few different looks for each one. So this stone and the earthen mound, I could go and build another wall and a tower over here. But again, I know on this world I'm going to be safe. It's actually going to be much more important for us at some point to go and expand things over here on this river. By building certain things in these little rivers, you keep the ground around it more fertile. Early on, that can actually help you get more rabbits for hunting, but later on it's going to become much more important when we've got some farmers. Anyway, I'm going to go west. I'm going to see about finding that beggar camp to the west again and try to recruit some more people. If I recall correctly, that beggar camp is quite a bit further away. In fact, on my way out, I should have been chopping down trees. Now, I can't chop these because they're too far. You've got to build your way out. But all the land to the west is going to be safe for me to expand in. One of the things you definitely want to avoid doing in this game is expanding too quickly and too aggressively. Let's feed my horse a little bit here because we've got some openness. I'm not worried about running out of energy and therefore not being able to run away, but it's just convenient to keep going fast. So this shrine here, you can spend 4 gold, and what it does is it grants a blessing to your archers. Your archers fight more effectively. It only lasts for a day, although you can pay repeatedly and bank up to 3 days worth of the blessing. And later on, when you've got a lot of money, and in fact the enemies start to become more and more dangerous, you're actually going to want to keep that up probably most of the time. It really adds quite a lot of extra firepower here. So we got some extra beggars coming, and then when we get back to the edge of the forest, I'm going to mark some more trees to be cut down. I think I still have two builders right now, which is probably fine to get started. What you really want to focus on early on is actually getting your archer count up, because they really will be able to hunt and get you a lot of money. Oh, can I cut down all these trees? I didn't realize. Yeah, there we go. We will massively expand the open area over here. And, oh, so I can't quite cut this one down yet. Open areas, well, you can build more things. You can work there. There's my builder. Go on ahead, guys. But also, it gives you those green grass areas, which means you can travel more effectively everywhere because you can keep feeding your horse, which is quite nice. I'm going to try to kill that deer. I think the deer's dropped something like 3 coins as opposed to the 3 of the rabbits. Or the 1 of the rabbits. There you go. You can see my horse is getting winded. But I'm going to be able to stop here and eat. These mounds of earth, I believe, are where the rabbits do spawn from. So if you build walls on all of them, you will get fewer rabbits. But for now, we're going to be okay. So we got a villagers here not doing anything. I'm going to make sure, I'm not sure if we lost a builder. I don't think we did. I can probably hold off on that. Let me just go and once again get lots of bows going on here. You can have up to, I think, 4 waiting for you there. And I don't know, we're going to go for, 10 to maybe a dozen archers early on. It is nighttime. The moon is out. Our defenses here. I will want to go and increase this. Right now, we don't need to. Oh, there's beggars again. Let's see if we can recruit them before the monsters come. Nope. Now, the monsters do ignore the beggars, luckily, so we'll be able to recruit them momentarily. So I'm just going to hide behind the wall here. They will not be able to pierce through the wall. What towers do, towers enable your archers to fire over walls more effectively. The archers who just stand behind a wall can also fire, but they're slightly less accurate. You can make the walls more powerful. So we can level it up again. We'll get something more. I mean, that was just some spikes basically holding back. This will be a proper wooden palisade. You can increase the size of your tower, which will give your tower more height, so more accuracy. And you can actually get it up to the point where you can fit 3 archers in there, which is great. The downside is you can't tear down the towers, and you can't stop. Oops, you can't stop your archers from being positioned in a tower. So if you build too many of them, you won't have any more people going around doing hunting. That's why I say it can be a little bit of a trap, especially early on. You want to really get a critical mass of archers doing hunting for you so that you've got your early economy. Now, we should be able to upgrade our base again. You can only, I believe, upgrade it once per day. So we're going to do that. We get more of a wall coming in, which is very exciting. We also get a new shop over here, a new workshop. This person, you can spend 4 coins and get a scythe. And a worker equipped with a scythe is a farmer. Now, farmers are a really good, consistent source of income later on in the game. Right now, it might be a little tricksy to do it, but where do people farm? Well, that's... Oh, yeah, I gotta give you a gold coin, but I don't have any right now. Do you have any for me? Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna give a gold coin to the merchant again, so he goes out and does another trading caravan for me. Oops, come on. There we go. Thank you. And we got some builders here. That's probably from chopping down the trees. Thank you very much. And we've got some more recruits coming in. Wonderful. It's these areas over here. You see by the river where you've got these, I don't know, I guess the shovels planted into the ground? These are places that are ready to accept a farmer. Now, by itself, so every time you upgrade one of these rivers, you believe you get the 2 farm plots over here. But at night, when the monsters come, people will run back into your town for protection. If you upgrade it a second time, you'll get a, whoa, nice amount of gold there. You will get a water wheel and a little house, and I think you can support up to 4 plots, depending on the terrain around it. Sometimes it's only going to be 3. And with the house, your farmers will stay out here at night. It doesn't mean they're vulnerable to being attacked, because the house doesn't actually give them any production. But what it means is they don't have to walk back to town every night, which saves them a lot of time. So if you're sure that you can protect your farmers, you want to upgrade this to the next level. Now we know that on the west side over here, we aren't going to be attacked because there's no portal. This is not going to be the case in the next world, but it's going to be safe for us to say upgrade that to the water wheel, and then with the extra money, I'm going to go and get some scythes. Now, you don't want to go crazy with farmers. They can give you a lot of income, but again, you know, at some point, you're sort of going to be a little bit limited with your population. I mean, you can keep recruiting people, but at some point, you want to use your people for, well, to win the game. And that requires an army that can attack, well, some portals. I don't want to go into too many details because I don't want to spoil too many things, but it's about that sort of management and balance and considering what you want to do at every single step. So our builders are going to go build that. I'm just going to be heading west here because I want to see if I can recruit some more people at that western camp. We still have to go east at some point because there's probably another chest, and we have to go and visit that shrine to the east at some point as well. So there might be another chest. There might be a second camp as well. Sometimes there's 2 beggar camps per side. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. I will go and chop down a few more of these trees. You do want to be careful of that, especially at night. If you send out your builders to go and chop down trees at night, they can get killed by the invaders, by the monsters. But again, the west side here is perfectly safe for us, so I'm feeling very confident about doing this over here, and we're just going to keep expanding. And again, these trees basically pay for themselves because you're going to get 1 to 2 gold every time. There we go, a couple more beggars. We're going to recruit you. I don't think there was anything else to the west here other than the boat, right? Now, the boat launch is actually how you advance to the next land. So there is that one husk of a boat you'll find, and you can spend a lot of gold building it up. It's a bit deceptive because it looks like it's 10 gold to build a boat, but the 10 gold just gets you set up to keep building it. And in the end, you're going to be spending, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 gold building up a boat. Yeah, so right over here, it looks like it's 10, but it's not. It takes a lot more resources to do that, and you need a full army. So don't overcommit on the boat right away. It's one of the final things you will want to do. And just like that, it's the start of the 5th day. My horse is winded here. We'll give him a little bit of a break to get some snacks. Nom nom nom, lovely grass, so we can run again. So there we go. So we've got our farm up, which is great. I'm going to go ahead and get this set up as well so we can get a little bit more farmland. Thank you very much, hunters. And early on, your hunters are going to be responsible for a lot of your money, which is great. The farmers are handy, but they are not the most critical. Do we have another merchant? Thank you very much. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to go and get... So we got 2 sides waiting, so we actually don't have a farmer yet. I'm going to build 2 more. And I think that's all the farmers I've ever going to build, unless for some reason one of them gets attacked and they lose their side. 4 is going to be a great number. We're going to go and recruit some people over here. These are just my hunters. Again, that's our trader. And I didn't actually take note. Did I leave right at dawn, or am I going to get myself killed? Well, there's another beggar camp. Let's get you guys. Do I have enough for this? I think I do. So this is a very important little shrine of technology. Until you upgrade it, which is what's happening now, you'll see it'll turn gray, all you can do is build wooden structures. Now that we've upgraded that, we can now build stone structures. You still only need gold as a resource, that's fine, but the important thing is it means we can keep upgrading our main base. I think I might have been able to get 1 more level of upgrade. Actually, I'm sure I could get 1 more level of upgrade out of my base. Even before doing that, but we may as well have done it. Okay, it's high noon. I guess I could have kept going east. Again, I kind of do expect that there's probably another chest hiding out there, but we'll get back to it. So we got 2 more bows, so our people may grab that before they grab all the sides. Oh, we've got some more villagers coming over here. Thank you very much. Oh, there we go. A couple of sides have already been grabbed, so they're going to make their way out to the farm. Let's munch on some grass. Excellent. We really haven't seen much in the way of the attacks right now, mostly because I haven't been monitoring the east side of our base at night, but I think that's what I'm going to do tonight. So there we go. So we've got a good number of farm plots over here, and with our 4 sides, I think that'll work out pretty well. What I'm not sure about is if the farmer who works over here, if he will end up in the house or not. He probably will, but I suppose to make sure is I could upgrade this, and then for sure there'd be enough. I could also add a little bit more fertile ground by popping this one, but I don't really need any more farmers. I think what I will do is I will upgrade this just to make sure that no matter what, everyone's going to stay in a house out here, which is going to minimize their travel time and add a lot more efficiency. We'll have to walk out here from time to time to collect all the gold the farmers have provided, but that's going to be okay. At some point, we will want some more builders, but for now, we're okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase our defenses over here, mostly just the wall. And then what I will want to do is upgrade our main base. Thank you very much. Hopefully that's enough money to do it. And again, this... Oh, I got to send the merchant out again. Oops. Where are you? Again, I think I could do this one because it's just going to be a wooden house. So I think I could have done this without the stone upgrade. But for the next one, I will need it. Oh, some of my farmers are back in town here. I don't think they used the house yet. They might have been assigned to the second farm plots. So this will keep just unlocking more things, giving us more ability to upgrade our walls to higher level, I believe. And generally just advance us, because we really do need to progress all the way to the top. So yeah, I think I have to wait for the next dawn before I can upgrade that to the next level. So do we have any villagers just sitting around? Because I don't have any tools kicking around right now. And I'm not sure what I would want to assign. I think I'm going to go and get another full set of the bows ready to go. And I think I'm going to prep one extra builder as well. Oh, this level of the building unlocks this over here. This is our siege workshop. It allows us to build catapults. Catapults, you can have one per side. That's it. And what the catapults will do is they will automatically advance to the most outer wall that you have built up. So it won't stop here, it'll stop here, because this would be our outermost wall. Catapults require up to 2 builders to man them. They also move quite slowly, and reload quite slowly, but they've got a splash damage attack, which is quite good, because... So dawn just hit, we can tell because we just heard the bells. So I'm going to take the opportunity to go as far east as possible over here, because I can't remember if we made it all the way to the portal. I don't think we did. I think we got interrupted. The monsters only come out at night. Well, mostly. It's like aliens. They come out at night, mostly. So we are safe to explore during the day, although it sort of sucks to be winded right now, and there's no grass for me to feed my horse over here. So I'm just going to have to wait until he stops huffing and puffing, and then we'll be able to resume running. Because the grass in the woods, as far as I can tell, none of it is edible. It has to be open terrain, and it has to actually be green. There are seasons. There we go, another chest. Wonderful. There are seasons. The grass will dry up in the fall, and there's also snow in the winter, which impacts the growth of your farms. There we go. Got to be very careful here. So that portal, if I get too close to it, I believe it will still spawn monsters. So we're going to try to stay away, feed my horse some grass, and then run back. All right. So this just gave us the extra chest, but that's okay. We still got to see the portal, confirm that there's nothing else exciting over here. Run! And there's no further upgrades on this thing. At least not in this world. If there's anything in the later worlds, I don't know. I have gone through this first world before, but I haven't come close to finishing the game yet. Again, it's relatively challenging. And it's not, it's not a fast-paced game. It's the sort of thing that's quite fun and comfortable to play. I'm trying to pay off these beggars over here. There we go. Wonderful. So we can get some more recruits. Any of you hunted some rabbits? No, I don't think there's much in the way of rabbits over there. You can see we can keep increasing these walls to be stronger and stronger. I think this is going to be sufficient for now, especially if I do build a catapult. Now, if you do build a catapult, you will want some extra workers. Because, again, there you go. You, go away. Trade some more. Let's go ahead and upgrade this to stone. We get stone walls. In fact, it even automatically upgrades... See this? Our inner tower and walls for us, which is quite nice. We didn't have spend any gold for that. Obviously, we still had to spend the gold for the upgrade. This guy here, what is his deal? He holds a book? Well, he's our bookkeeper. You can give him money, and he'll hold it. And if you come close to him later on, I have to walk away and come back. But then he will split the gold back out. And why would you do that? Well, because... Oh, it's nighttime, so he's going inside. Because you can actually overflow your gold sack. So sometimes you're going to want to store some for later. Let's take a look and see how our farmers have done. They probably haven't harvested their first crops yet. They do get a lot of money from a crop, like 5 or 6 gold. Oh, that's our hunter making a ton of money. Yeah, they haven't harvested anything quite yet. Another hunter, though. Tons of gold. Okay, it's a red moon. Red moons mean you're in for a lot of fun. I'm going to go all the way to the eastern barricade so we can see what the hell's going on over there. Preemptively do a little bit of that. Okay. Alright, it was still a relatively minimal attack because it's quite early on in the game, but it's not going to be like that forever. I'm not sure. I'm wondering if I should be upgrading this a little bit further. I think we'll hold off for now. And I was going to say, there is another upgrade level over here. Let's see if we can't get it all the way up. Get ourselves a proper castle. So the deal when you get to the proper castle level here is you can now start to recruit another type of unit. Over here, you can recruit knights. Costs you 6 gold. You still need to use a person. And they are slower moving melee units. But what's most important about them is they can lead armies. They're very powerful, and they can lead armies. However, once you build a knight, a group of archers will automatically go and follow the knight, which will generally, depending on which side of the castle you built the knight, will stand around here during the day, or stand here at night. The banner here, the flag, this is your outermost wall, and that's where your knight will position itself. Because a group of archers, I think maybe 5 or 6, follows a knight. Actually, maybe something like 4 or 5. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Follow a knight. Those are archers that, just like the archers in the tower, they will no longer act as hunters. Therefore, it may impact your income a little bit. So you want to not build too many knights too early. But the important thing about the knights is they can lead armies, which can then be used to win the game. So we are going to be working our way towards that. We might actually be able to beat this first world. We have to wait until dawn before the merchant gives us his money. That's going to be fine. I don't know if I can get this guy to spit out his money again. Normally he just does it when I'm nearby. We'll see what happens. Not a big deal. Oh, some of these farms obviously popped. The farmers hadn't gone around to picking all of it up yet. That's all right. I'm going to actually ignore you guys. They'll only drop their gold if you are walking by them. So if you run by them, they won't drop your gold. I'm just going to get them to give me that later on. Same thing with these hunters. I don't want to be overflowing on gold here because on my way out, I don't have much to spend gold on. So we could be expanding our defenses over here, but there's not much point to do so. There you go. Eat, get some energy. I'm just going to go out to the camp. Oh, this is probably a good time. We've got plenty of gold. I'm going to go and energize this. I'm going to do it 3 times, so we get 3 days of our archers being stronger, which is good because the monster waves are going to start to get stronger and stronger. And I got to say, like, this is actually quite tricky. It took me a lot of playthroughs to get to the point where this early game went so well. So this is being a little bit spoilery, and it might make the game a little bit too easy for you guys. And so I apologize for that, because it really is a wonderful experience trying to figure this out. But at the same time, it can kind of be a little bit frustrating because the game doesn't tell you much, and you can easily find yourself falling into a trap of having, overexpanded or built things in sort of an unoptimal order, which can leave you broke. Or if you expand too far and you run out of these camps, then you've got no one to recruit anymore, which is just simply awful. Trying to go as far east as possible here while still being on the grass. You can see, like, we've got grass everywhere here. I can stop my horse wherever I want and graze, which is really nice. You're going to go out and chop those trees, which is good. We'll keep expanding that way. Not that we really need the space, but it does make it easier to run back and forth for us to recruit the next group of people. It's night again. We should probably get attacked. Oh, I need to make sure to actually collect my money from the farmers this time, because this group here, thank you very much. There you go. And you can see, like, the money, once you get your farm set up, the money is pretty good. You don't want to overcommit on farms just because you're going to need more and more people to do that. And ultimately, you want most of your people in your military. Nope, we'll have to wait for dawn for you to click in. Any hunting over here? Not yet. All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait until daylight before I venture out again. I'm expecting no attack, really? These waves do get really big later on. I'm going to get a catapult constructed. Now, I only need the one on this map because we only have attacks coming in from the right. So I'm going to spend 6 gold coins that will create a catapult, but it needs to be worked by a worker. And in fact, normally you have a couple of them sitting around pushing it and reloading it. So I'm going to get a decent set of hammers over here. Workers do work together to build and repair and do different things like that, so a little bit more workers will be good. But we definitely don't need any more than that. We'll take your gold again, and I need to recruit some more people. He's going to go, the merchant positions himself, I think, over here. We'll have to catch him there afterwards to get him to go out again. A couple more recruits. I'm going to run all the way east to the other camp, recruit those people as well, and then go back home. because this will basically provide my new worker group. Hey, I forgot it's not actually that far. Unless there's a third one, but I'm not sure. I don't think there is. Poor horse getting tired here. Now, at some point, I will feel that I've got enough people, and I will push out east over here, clearing these trees so that I can advance my defensive line, which will make it a little bit easier to attack those portals. Very soon, we're going to want to start producing some knights as well. But I think it might still be a little too early for that. I'm not sure. You know, it's probably fine to do it. Means if we do produce some knights, there you go, you can see a couple of builders pushing that catapult to the front. They will go to the outermost wall. If I do build knights, again, it will reserve a lot of my archers. So actually, you know what, we're just going to need a few more archers to make sure that's a little bit less of a problem here. And then the ones in the tower are always reserved as well. Any more money for us? I don't know if we actually need money. We're actually going to overflow our bag here in a second. I could go all the way east and maybe recruit some more people. It takes a couple of days for the camp to fully spawn again, so I think I'm going to go ahead and wait. And so with that in mind, let's go ahead and build 2 sets of armor here. So those shields means that there's a suit of armor ready to be picked up. And then once someone picks it up, it's going to turn into a flag. I could build 2 sets of armors on the west side as well. These knights on the west side of your castle will travel west. Knights on the east side of your castle travel east. Again, I don't need any knights to the west, so I won't do that. And even later on, when you do get attacked from both possible angles, there you go, go ahead, merchant. When you can get attacked from both possible angles, you most likely will only want to build knights on one side at a time so that you don't overcommit on things. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this. It's a little bit risky to do it now because if it doesn't get built quickly enough, we're going to get attacked with the wall broken. I may have... Okay, there's my builders. Like, hopefully I've got some free builders kicking around. Oh, the 2 that were equipped to the catapult went and did this, which is great. So we'll get a nice big stone wall in place, hopefully in time for the next attack. And usually what I do is on the one side, while I'm building up my economy, is I do go and invest a lot in one set of defenses somewhere on, you know, one of the risky sides, or potentially both. And then I expand the other way to improve the economy. Even in the maps where there are portals on both sides, I still do the same thing, where I set up one strong static defense on one side, and I focus entirely on expanding in the opposite direction. The moon has risen. There we go. This is the final wall. It doesn't get any more powerful than this. If I do spawn knights, and if we stand out here, we'll see we can spend money on this flag, and that's to send the army out. You know what? Just to be interesting, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this tower. Although I could have waited until after the attack, but I'm not feeling too scared. The ones with the masks can take some extra hits before they get killed. But yeah, we're still in a really good scenario or position here. Remember, I've also spent money to bless my archers from that shrine. Merchant's coming back. Great. This is the slightly taller tower. If I upgrade it again, I think 2 people will fit in, and upgrade it again, 3 people will fit in. And again, I don't really want to reserve my archers like that, so we're going to hold off. I'm going to go east now, because it has been a couple of days now. We're going to go back to that camp, try to recruit as many people as possible. Do you have gold for me? Nope. What about you? Thank you. Any of you guys? Yeah. My tree cutters. And I'll probably keep telling them to cut trees to the west. Even though at this point it's mostly busy work, it will still help with our efforts. At some point we'll have to build that boat as well. I gotta wrap this up soon. I got a live stream in like 20 minutes. Again, this is not gonna be a complete playthrough of the game because I think it's whoa, random beggar out here. That's probably someone who got hurt. Probably one of my people that got attacked, which can happen in this direction. There we go. Repower you. We might want to expand our walls out over here, actually. Get a bit of a forward base and just claim some of this territory. Oh, here's a good spot. Because while I do say the towers are a bit of a waste, I kind of like putting one tower behind a wall over here. It'll take a while for our builders to get out here and do that, but it won't be too bad. And get a bit of a forward location. And then we can trim a few more of these trees as well. Because why not? Oh, and that's as far as I can go. Alright. Oh, I left a coin behind, but I'll pick it up on the way back. So that's okay. Oh! Did I cut down too many trees and we don't have the camp over here? Oh, I didn't realize that. Apparently I cut trees too aggressively. I didn't think I did. But yeah, there's no camp anymore. That's probably what that last beggar was. Is probably from one of the camps that disassembled itself. So I cleared a little bit too much forest. Bit of a mistake there, but oh well. We still have 2 camps to the east. Although very soon we are going to want to expand in that direction, and therefore we won't have them anymore, which is a bit unfortunate. Money situation is still fantastic, and so we've hit that point in the game where money's not a problem. It's manpower. Although if you want a money dump, you can start working on this boat, and that's fine. Here, let's go and get the first level done, and you'll see what I'm talking about in terms of it doesn't really do much. It brings you to here, and then what you can do is keep spending to get more wood, and builders are going to come and have to construct this for you. So it takes a lot of builder time, and it takes a lot of money, but it is what you eventually have to do to leave. I was expecting a little bit more cash. How about you guys? There we go. I'm going to give my horse a chance to graze a little bit more. There we are. Anything from you? Thank you. And the farmers. Oh, there we go. New crops. That's what happens when the plants grow, and then they pick it up for you. I do like that. I like that you don't really have to micro. You don't have to be there at the right time. The coins never expire. People just pick it up for you at a convenience. I could build another catapult to go west, but I really don't think we need it. We've got a spare hammer kicking around here still. No one's picked up those shields. Yeah, we definitely need to recruit people. It's too bad we lost that camp to the west, because I really just need more numbers now if we're going to get a Knigget up. A couple of beggars here. What am I doing out at night? This is very bad. Run back into the wall. Don't be stupid. Can't see the moon for the clouds. Can I give you a coin? No, I think I have to wait till morning. See, there you go. So my people who I just recruited, oh, they're just cowering right now, so they're not down, but I'll have to re-recruit them. If money was a problem, then I'd be kicking myself for having wasted the gold, but we're going to be okay. Thank you. Sorry about that. It's all clear now, though. Only 1 wave per night. Again, that's the merchant's place. So we can push out a fair bit and still have 1 camp out here. And we're probably going to start on that soon. But I really do want a few more numbers. A few more archers will be handy, especially once I start assembling the army. We're going to need extra archers because so many of them will get tied up by the army. But mostly what I need right now are a couple of knights. Autosave there with the crown. It's a new day. So that should mean I can send out the merchant again. And yeah, I could seriously consider just starting mass expansion to the east here. Let's see if we can't fight that portal. But again, I am a little shy on time, and I'm also a little bit leery about showing some of the spoiler stuff. I should show you how to do the attack, though, because I found that quite frustrating to try to figure out is how to mount the attack. And we've got to wait for these knights to actually show up here, and that's my new recruits. There we go, he finally dropped his money. And we do still need a few more people, but I'm wondering about starting the expansion. Yeah, let's do it. We still have another camp. It's going to be okay. I don't think this one tree cutting down will actually get rid of the camp. I think it's the trees behind it. But I haven't quite figured out the behavior yet. It's, I think, when the camp stops being considered to be, like, in the woods or something. You'll see them fade out. So whether or not that counts, I'm not sure. Alright, do we have our knights yet? There we go, a couple of knights. So now that I've got knights, again, archers, you can see they're already moving to the knights. They will assemble into an army. And I can spend 4 gold to send one of the knights and his army east. Because we're on the eastern side here. And I can do both. I can do both in a row, then both armies will march eastward. I will wait until dawn and do that. Oh, yeah, there's the beggar camp is gone. That's what I thought. And if I keep expanding here, I'll lose the merchant camp. But that's okay. We don't need the merchant to make money for us anymore. But if you do expand out too quickly and lose that merchant camp too early, it can really hurt your economy early on. I will, just because, I'm going to get that built up, just because I feel like it. So we still have some more people joining in here. I will keep producing. Oh, you can see here the flag to show that I have full knights over here. I can still build a couple more suits of armor on the western side, but I don't have the need for that. So I'm instead going to go and make sure we've got some extra bows, so if I do recruit any more people, they will just keep becoming archers. There we go. There we go, sun's setting, so we're going to spend 1 more night out here. I'm not going to issue any more commands to build out here, otherwise my people are just going to get attacked. Although that is one way that you can convert people from builders to soldiers, is let them be attacked so they lose their tools, assuming you have the money to go ahead and rebuild them. We got our catapult. We don't have the max level tower, but that's okay. And the monster waves do get more and more dangerous as you go on. In fact, the type of monsters change quite a bit. So we're going to survive one more attack at night here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to send my armies out. We'll take them a while to get there. One thing that you can do, though, to avoid the amount of time it takes your armies to get out, is to just keep expanding outwards towards the east or whatever, and build walls closer and closer to the front, because your armies assemble on your most outermost wall. So there we go, moonrise. The monsters do spawn at moonrise, so they'll get here probably about midnight, just based on travel time. Get in the base, worker. Please, don't die. You will run away, I think, when the monsters show up. There you go. Catapult takes a little while to reload, but does do good damage. These waves are getting more and more and more serious. If you ever get a red moon, I mean, we did get the one red moon, but it was so early that it was irrelevant. The red moon is particularly dangerous, and there are a lot of other types of critters that you will find. All right, so that dealt with that wave. So I'm going to... Oh, I can't. Really? I guess because we haven't cleared out enough here. I was going to build a new wall out there and just move our forward camp. Oh, and that's as many as I can cut. Anyone I can recruit over here? No. Oh, yes! Someone just came out of the tent. And another. They may have been cowering from the monsters, actually. New day. I think there's still a merchant in town. I think I could get one more use out of him. He wouldn't have anywhere to go afterwards, but that would be okay. So here's how you run the army. Once you've got a knight, and they're outside here. Actually, I think you can technically do a knight. If you stand under this flag here, and you spend the 4 gold, that will send the army out. And you can spend and do the second army, and that's it. Just 2 knights per side, 2 armies per side, 2 crusades per side. And they will just march forward, and they will attempt to attack that portal from which those monsters spawn. And once you've done that, then they can't spawn anymore. Now, I'm not sure if you can leave the starting world whenever you want. Like, if you just built the boat, you might actually be able to build or leave quicker than you expect. But on the other worlds, it's definitely not going to be an option. I'm going to build that wall up. I probably won't bother with the tower, but by building this wall up, the catapult will move forward, and that'll advance our starting point. And I think I do want to leave this last beggar camp, at least for a little while longer. We haven't really hit critical mass in terms of our people. But it is a long way to the front. Holy cow. Now, following the army is very exciting, because you get to see what happens. But the problem is, you can easily find yourself having overextended. The army gets defeated by monsters, and then you die. So do be on guard if this happens. We're nearly there, though. Can I feed my horse here? No. But I think there's a spot, yeah, right over there. This tiny little green spot over here. Feed our horse, make sure he's at full stamina. So that if we have to run away, we can run away very quickly. This is the first world. Things are relatively easy. So our knights will guard our archers. Our archers will attack the portal. And I think we're going to be perfectly fine. But, well, I'm not going to say any more than that. Oh, yeah, see, people are retreating a little bit. Oh, you've turned into a beggar. There we go, I'll rehire you. The portals apparently do not heal, so even if you only do a little bit of damage and everyone is forced to retreat, you will still have made forward progress here. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to go destroy it in one go here. It's possible. Oh, there it goes! Excellent! And then everything turns very spooky. And we're going to leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed this video. It may be something that I play again in the future. I think it might make for a really nice little live stream. We'll see how it goes. This is, again, the expansion to Kingdom. It is called New Lands. It's on Steam. It is also available for some sort of console. I don't know if it's like both PlayStation and Xbox, or just one or the other. I'm not positive about that, but I know it's available for something. And it would probably work perfectly fine there. You can play it with the Xbox controller on PC, if you would like. And, yeah, it's a nice, lovely game. I don't think it's got infinite replayability, but the challenge of beating it once is nothing to be sneezed at. It's I think it's going to take a lot of playthroughs for me to beat it. I haven't even come close. Again, this looks very easy because I've sort of figured out the build order for the first world and how to manage that. And hopefully, I haven't spoiled your experience by doing some of that here. But because it is quite challenging to get the economic balance correct. And the next world is even harder because you're going to get attacked on 2 flanks, and it has a big impact on how you can expand. Furthermore, just in terms of the landscape, in terms of how much fertile land you have, has a big impact on the game and how you play. There's also a lot of things we did not see in this playthrough, a lot of different kind of mechanics with various shrines and whatnot. So you'll have to see how that works in your own playthrough. Thanks for watching. See you next time.